Am I live? Hello, hello, beauties. So today we are here with our second podcast of Beautifully Us. Last I had my poetry women on, Miss Exclusive, Miss The Don, and Nikki Royale. I want to give a shout out to them. It was great to have them on the show, and I really appreciate it. So today we're going to have my beautiful women of the hair industry, nail industry, skin industry is going to come up today, Miss Golden Locs and Miss Candy One Stop. So for the first person, let's go ahead and bring up Miss Golden.
Hello, hello, hello. How is everyone?
Hey, beauty. Hey, beauty. How you doing today?
I'm great, and yourself?
Doing good. We're going to go ahead and bring up Miss Candis.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello. Hey, Miss Beauty. How you doing today?
I'm great.
How y'all day going?
I just ended my day at the salon.
I bet. So before we get started, Miss Golden, go ahead and tell me a little bit about you.
Oh, let's see about me. Well, let's say I'm an Army vet. I'm a mother of two. I'm a licensed cosmetologist. I specialize in natural hair, being locks, braids, twists, things of that nature. What else? I love to read. Facebook is the kind of thing for me. Also, I'm a Capricorn. Hey,
Right out. Thank you,
That's about
ma'am.
it.
What else you got? That's about it. So, Miss Candace, tell me a little bit about you.
Candis One Stop. Hey y'all. Originally from Dallas. I've been a cosmetologist, licensed cosmetologist about 10 years now. But everyone knows me from doing hair over the years. Um, I'm a mother also. I am based in Mesquite and Rockwall salons right now.
Okay. So y'all did go ahead and get a little further than what I wanted y'all to do because we're gonna spit all that so they can get in touch with y'all at the end. But it's okay. So as y'all know, these two women are business owners. They do hair and multiple other things. So I do know them from the hair industry as well. So we all have connected in some way. That me and Miss Candace went to school together. Me and Miss Nikki met along the way of my journey of doing hair, and these women are amazing and phenomenal. So my first question to either one of you that wants to go first is, what made you even get into the hair game?
Oh, well, let's see. For me, I've been doing hair since I was braiding since I was like 14. So it's kind of been in in my blood all along. It probably was before that, with the little half doll heads and stuff like that. Always into it. So I mean, it's just been a passion throughout the years. Even with being in the military, somehow I always found a way to get back to doing hair, regardless of what it was. So it's just that passion.
Miss Candace?
My story is very similar. I mean, I've been doing hair forever, but I started doing nails when I went back for my license. So I've been doing hair about the same age as her, about 13, 14, and I've been doing nails about 10.
All right, so you guys are deep in this, so y'all are rooted in it. So it's something that you've always had a passion, and that's a great thing in being a stylist. Tell me about one of the most biggest challenges being in the hair industry that you have faced or are still facing.
For me, the challenge I have is getting into one of those ones
Getting
where,
into it. Yeah.
yes, for some reason, they haven't been very inspiring. Although I do great sales, no, I can't get into the shop. That's a big.
Okay, hold on. Somebody, you choppy or I'm choppy?
I think it's her.
Okay, maybe because you're outside. All right. So it came in, but can you hit me one more time? Because I barely caught it.
My big issue has been trying to get into one of those nail salons.
Okay.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, do you think that the industry being in the nail industry is it for us to break out, or is this just, and let's just say it, Vietnamese industry, the Chinese industry, or something like that? Is that your struggle, or just
I wouldn't say that it's just. I wouldn't say that it's not for. It's just not very popular for us to do nails. I know back, I say like the 80s, there was quite a few more black nail techs, mostly cosmetologists did hair, but they also did nails. And then closer in the 90s, that's when we see all of these nail shops start to pop up, and it kind of changed the game a little.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Ms. Golden, what are some of the things that you have faced in this industry?
In this industry, basically me not being from Dallas and coming this way, I guess trying to build the clientele, putting yourself out there, not really knowing people, and then you have other, I guess, quote unquote stylists that don't need a license for natural hair. They come in, they want to scam people, and then that puts a bad look on us as licensed stylists who are really legit. So I would say that would be my biggest, like, the biggest
Pet
thing
peeve.
right now.
I definitely get it. Did you guys face the challenge where we had these, no offense to anybody, these YouTube stylists, that you were that we kind of went through this phase? That y'all think, at one point that was my thing. I was like, you know what? It's hard to fix the mistakes that people think that they YouTube ready, because people are giving them advice but not telling them all the things that they should be knowing to protect themselves. Did y'all face any of that?
I've had to quit. I've had to repair and fix quite a few heads
Take
because of a lot of those.
exactly.
That was definitely I have to. Why did you do that? Like,
Exactly.
you should have just came to me. Like, I know you were trying to save money or something, but you should just came to me.
Exactly. Definitely. So what is, my husband said not to ask you this, but being as a hairstylist, like, what is one of the things with your clientele is like the most hard-headed thing that you try to get to your clients for them to know? One thing that you want people to know that they should not do, or don't even try it, or anything. What advice would you give?
Do not color your own hair.
This my girl.
Please do not color your own hair. Don't try to bleach it, because you might come out bald and you weren't trying to go there. So
Exactly.
don't do it.
I would say take better care of your natural hair, because there's so many who don't wear their natural hair, but it could be in better shape if they actually took care of it. Like, just as much as they put into the weaves and the wigs and stuff like that, put that much care into your hair. Maybe you will be able to, go wear the natural look, and you won't have to worry about finding a wig or whatever.
Exactly. I think the misconception for most people, and I know I've been natural a couple of times. I think when it first was a thing with me and you, Candis, we were in school. That was about 2013. When women were really embracing your haircut. Like, so we tried it then. Okay. I know that I didn't get it. I didn't understand anything about doing my hair. And then I think I went back to the perm thing. Then I came back. So each time that I have came back to the natural, I've learned more. I think it's just figuring out your natural hair. I think a lot of people are afraid of it.
Yeah.
And they run from it, and they think automatically it's supposed to be dry. You're not supposed to put anything on it because it's natural. But at the end of the day, you still have to put things on natural hair. And I think that was one of the things for me, and seeing people, do that natural thing. Like, come on, man, you still got to put effort into it as well.
Definitely.
So I know you two ladies are mothers. Y'all said that in the beginning of this. So I want to ask you a question about your motherhood. What is one of the greatest things it is about being a mother to you?
Watching them grow and learn.
Yeah, that's definitely the
Like, watching them grow and learn. It's the aha moments for
Yes, their personalities. I can definitely tell you. I got a couple characters over here, and it's amazing some of the things that come out of their mouth, let alone their conversations that they have between each other. It'd be hilarious sometimes for me. Kids are very amazing if you take the time and just listen to them.
Yes, they are. They really are.
That being said, on the other end, what is your biggest fear about being a mother?
For something to happen to them, or for them to experience something and I can't fix it.
Amen.
Yeah, I mean, I know that most of us, each child is different. So I know, like, even going through this, you get a hiccup, or you might like, I don't know how to do this. but the fear of not getting it right, even though we know we may not get it right on the first time.
Definitely. Hold on one moment.
There we go. Make that stay.
Sorry, guys. So, what is in today's society? Let me ask you that. What is the thing that you fear the most with? Because we all were raised differently. I think we all each had our grandmothers that touched in our lives that made a big impact. So, with not having a lot of that grandmother mentality in the world today, how do you feel things have changed from the way we were parented or into the way y'all were? And what do y'all feel about it? How do y'all feel about it? Let me say that.
Okay, so I'm guilty of this myself. I've tended to be more lenient than my mother was on a lot of things. Whereas some things that they've done, if it were me, my mom probably would have choked the mess out of me and beat my, and my kids, I mean, how you going on punishment? I'm gonna take your stuff.
Yeah.
For real, like
I
Yeah.
wish my mama would have.
I wish you would have just took my stuff.
Look, yeah.
I would've just taken it.
I mean, they would beat you and still take your shit. So
Yeah,
we still lost.
exactly.
We still lost. So we're gonna just say that shit. We lost in our race.
Exactly.
So yeah, it's just like they don't have that respect anymore. They feel like they can do whatever they want. Like it's like yeah, you don't even know because that grandma would have came up with that shoe, the belt, the bottle, whatever she had, and hey, no, correct it down, sit down somewhere, don't even play with me. And now it's like I told you don't do that, and they just look at you like, oh, okay. So that's like yeah, it's like yeah, we need those type of grandparents back again. Even with us and ourselves, we got to be a little bit more.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I think definitely we do need to. I mean, I think it starts when they're smaller. I think a lot of stuff that we think is so cute, giving the chances. Because, like you said, when it was mom and them, you're not gonna touch my stuff. I'm not gonna move it. We gonna. It
You're
was
not
just one
coming
time.
to my room.
Exactly. We
That
we
part.
we knew better. And I think we definitely give our kids way more chances than we should. And you think that changed because of the way society is? Because back in the day, they used to dare us to call 911. They didn't give a damn. Being punished in school was a thing. Now today, if you do anything to your kids, it's a CPS case. It's the thing. So, do you think it's because of the way society is responding to the way we punish while we're so lenient?
Partially.
Yeah.
Partially. Because we was the kids when I guess they was just bringing this stuff in, letting you know that hey, this is abuse. If anybody hitting you more than this or treating you bad, you can here's a helpline. They was doing it then, but like we said, we was afraid to play them people on. Because my mama let me know you call them, I'm gonna get you before they get here. When they bring you back, I'm gonna get you again. No.
So you knew you was gonna die 3-4 times in the process.
Yeah,
So either step of the way, you just didn't goddamn try it.
Right,
I had
for
a lot of respect for my grandmother, and the way she raised and her influence. So I definitely shout out to our grandmothers because they made us who we are.
Definitely.
So guys, what is one thing that you could tell your younger self? What is it, or the advice that you would give? What would that be? I mean, whether it's some real hard shit, or I mean, what would you really say to yourself? Let's be honest.
I would tell my younger self to definitely focus on self-care and loving yourself.
That's right.
Self-care and loving yourself. That's definitely that's my biggest one for my younger self. Because baby, I done been through a whole lot, and I really at times didn't love myself at all, and just felt like I didn't know how to get myself back to me or get myself back centered to feel like myself.
Exactly.
So it was definitely a test or a trial that had to be gone through and learned.
I agree. Miss Candis?
Girl, where do I start? Um, stay in my own lane, and I don't have to prove myself to anyone. Like,
Just like that. Yes.
Okay, cool. So, I mean, that is great advice. Because I think we as women definitely go through different cycles of our life. Um, do y'all think that the different ages of your life changed? I mean, you evolved every time because let me explain. Like my dad would say, once you get in your 20s, you will be doing this, but once you hit them 30s, you're gonna be a little different. Life changed. Did a light bulb click, or you just always been wise?
no, I think it was a lot of trial and error. You know what I'm saying? And then adjusting to a lot of the things that I went through. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it was the adaptation. Like that. That's what it was. It wasn't. I don't think it was necessarily the age.
Okay. Well, with that being said, hold on one moment because you might have to piggyback. With that being said, do you think that's the thing that women do all the time? That we always adapt? Cool.
Yes,
Yeah, we definitely do that.
most definitely. Because whether from a mother's standpoint, them from day one conceived. That's on you.
Correct.
Nothing else is. I mean, it would be good if the other person who took place in the whole process or whatever would take part in that, but ultimately it's on
The mama.
and you gonna if they don't want to help or whatever, you have to adapt to that.
Correct.
If you lose a job or if
Mm.
you mess up your car or whatever, you gotta adapt to that. And that's in order for you to keep going. So if you want to keep going or just keep doing better for whatever, you're gonna have to adapt and grow each situation. I don't think it's a age.
Correct. Definitely. How do you
Yeah.
feel about it, Miss Golding?
For me, I feel like it was a little bit of both, like just having to adapt, and then with the whole age thing. Like I said, I know when I was younger in my 20s in the military, baby, I was partying, going out. I was doing like almost every day of the week. Then I had my oldest son. It was kind of like, okay, I'm still partying, but I gotta adapt to this because I have to take care of him. So I'm kind of slowing down a little bit. But then once I actually got into my 30s, it was like a whole lot of, oh yeah, it's time to chill, lay back. I gotta focus. I gotta get on this. I gotta really be about my business and about myself because I have this little person, and
Right.
it's really at that time to focus and I done did all that now. Okay, we here.
Yeah. So on the last podcast, I asked the ladies that I had on the panel. It was a situation where the mother decided that she only got pregnant because she wanted someone to love her, and she felt like having a child was the way it was going to be. Once this child was there, she realized that it was not as easy as she thought, that she did not connect, and she pretty much wanted to trade roles with the baby's father. I pay the child support. I get him twice a month out of the year, and I'm going to live my best life and go to therapy and fix me, and hey, you have him. Do you feel like she was wrong? Do you feel like she was right? How do you feel on that particular situation? Because she did admit, hey, I'm going to therapy. I need some therapy. Like, I need to figure out why I got this problem. So she did admit that. But she did admit, hey, it's not for me. Do you commend her? Like, how do y'all feel about that?
Like I really commend her on that. I don't see anything wrong with that because you thought about that child's life and how they would grow up more than your feelings, and it's all about being you. Because as soon as you have a child, it's really like, okay, I got to do this for them. Whatever I'm doing is going to help benefit them. It's going to affect them mentally, physically, in any type of way. So for her to be able to step up and be like, okay, but look, you go ahead and you can take the child. I need to go through this. I need to get myself together. Right now is not the right time. Correct. I thought it was, but it's not. I can admit that. That's my wrong. So for her to be able to do that and have that, that courage and that, she knew what she needed. So that was like, yes, I love it. Because some mothers, they won't at all.
Correct.
And you'd be like, well, oh my God, you need that help though. Like, stop. or you know you wasn't ready. So just like, no. So yes, I really commend her on that a whole lot.
Correct. So Miss Candis, how you feel about it?
I don't know.
Torn, huh?
I'm torn in between the
Torn.
two.
Torn.
Because on one side is the part of me like, okay, you a mama, ain't no turning back because you made that choice, you know? But then again, who wants to, I mean, I commend her for not putting a child through any extra unnecessary bull because, you know, whatever she was going through at the time. So I'm torn in between the two because I thought about dropping some kids off on some porches once or twice before, you know. So hey.
Hey, Dope Marino, shout out to you in the building. Thank you for coming through and watching. But no, real life, y'all, I agree. I definitely agree because I wanted to do that as well. Kenneth, I'm definitely torn with it. I'm on both fences because I agree that some days, well, let me back up. Let me say this. I believe just because you mother children does not make you a mama. And just because you father the child does not make you a father. I just believe sometimes you can carry a kid, you can have this child, and it's just something that's within yourself that you just don't click. Or you got a problem because you do have a lot of this. Mothers are jealous of their kids, or mothers are holding on to these children because of what benefits that come out of them, but they really don't have the greatest intentions. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like and this is what leads to these, let's just be real, these shitty adults, okay? And these screwed up men and these screwed up women. So if you could avoid this and say, hey, I can't do it all by myself. Let's do a 50-50, or let me get a few months and get my head together, or hey, it's just something in me that God didn't give me. So I'd rather to get his child a first shake than to go on. But I do understand how you feel, Candis, because like deep down in me, I say this in the back of my head. How in the hell do you carry this child for 9 months, be sick, go through hell and ups and downs? Some of us die and come back. See goddamn Satan. I mean, you know, we go through a lot while we carry, and then you just say, I don't want to fuck with you, or I'm gonna hurt you or harm you, or you know, that's crazy to me. And because I feel like the old women used to say, if you lay down, and you were grown enough to have these kids, you grown enough to take care of them because it's not these baby's fault. So that's stuck in my head. I think for me to say is like, okay, I was raised, and now, goddamn it, you make this choice to be grown. So now you got to take care of these children, no matter what it is. You know, so
adapt.
Yeah, exactly. I was raised to do that, so I definitely am on both sides with it, real life. But I commend her for just saying my mental health is not great. My intentions of having this baby was not pure in a mother's love, and I just need to give my child to the best possible person. I mean, I think that's great because in the end of the day, she could be raising a goddamn psycho because her ass is psycho.
True.
I mean, let's just, you know, I think sometimes let me ask you guys this. Do you think the things that happen in our life make us who we are, that alter our path? Because this was a conversation that we had a lot, and someone told me that, no, you're going to be who you're going to be regardless. But I call bullshit for
I
me.
do too.
So do you guys feel like, I mean, have y'all had things to say, you know what, this has truly made me a different person? I mean, tell me about it.
I mean, I have, and I'll probably say, like, even my time in the military, it changed me into a different person than I was before I went. And I went right after high school. So me still not really knowing myself fully, being 17 and going to the military, I know who I was then, but even going through there with the military and stuff, it made me more militant, more, I guess, more structured, more disciplined. But I wasn't really I wasn't really as free. Or as, you know, be me. I was like, do it this way, do it that way. This is who you are. This is who you're going to be. I was sort of in I guess how you say, like a clonish type thing, I felt. So when I got to a certain age, I realized, like, look, this ain't really me. I need to go ahead and kind of see what I need to do to turn myself back into me and learn me. And I'm still even going through the process of really learning me to be who I am, and like trying to turn different things around and to get away from the things I've learned in the military.
Great. What about you, Miss Candis?
I believe the things we go through mold us, definitely. Because if I would have, I say, if I would have grown up in a different area or a different household. When I say household, I mean like not just a single parent, like both parents. Like I probably to have the impact from male and female, father and mother. Both of them. I think that it would have
Made a difference.
yeah, it would have made a difference. I
Okay.
think so.
With you saying that, now you're saying that you feel like if you had a 2-parent household versus a single parent household, that your life would have been different. I'm going. Do you feel that way, Nick? Sorry, Golden.
Yes, I mean, I really do. I really, really do feel that way.
Okay. So I am a child that had a 2-parent household. I don't really feel like it makes a difference. Now, do you feel like just because I'm going to say this, because you have 2 parents in a household, don't make your living arrangement or your life circumstances any better? Hell, it can make you worse in sometimes having 2 parents versus just having a single mother. The different aspects that go on. You might have a abusive, controlling, or something of that nature. So the argument
you made this a lot more difficult than what it was. Like,
you saying 2 parents make a damn difference.
No, I'm saying like if they were, both co-parenting and taking care of the household, where one parent is able to, do more things with the children, or both were able to. Or
okay.
Like, mama drunk, daddy, shit like that.
I'm just saying we got to break it down. We don't want to discredit any of the single mothers out here that still be trying.
I wouldn't.
Or the single fathers.
Yeah, let's say a healthy 2 parents.
There we go.
Exactly. Let me specify this now, because
look, my question's still for what y'all say. Okay, look, I was finna run with it. With that being said, though, I did ask them last week as well. Therapy in the Black community, do y'all think it's necessary?
It's very necessary. Very necessary. And I feel like we need more counselors who are like us from some of the same places or walks of life, all of that. We need more of that.
Correct. I definitely
do.
Do you think, like in today's parenting, like the incident I'm having, I have my son been getting in trouble a couple days out of the week. Different things are changing, they're growing, and it's a learning process. But I had the teacher tell me, I'm sorry for even having to call you and tell you. It was almost if that she didn't want a problem. And then when I asked her, she says, you have no idea how many parents jump down my throat and say, my child couldn't be doing that. My child didn't do that, or cuss me out and don't want to even help me when I call for homework or different things like that. So do y'all feel like in today's society, that's a lot of that going on, that parents automatically jump on these teachers?
Yeah, they're not letting them do their jobs.
That is definitely true, because I've had teachers tell me that as well. Like, I'm so happy you didn't curse me out, you didn't yell at me.
Exactly.
I'm like, well, I know my child, and he's possible doing anything.
Exactly.
So, like, I'm not even going, because I know you're not going to call me just to be calling me for nothing.
Exactly.
And if it is nothing, I'm be like, for real? Okay, well, I'm handling it when he get home. I'm not going to discredit you or curse you out, because he might have done that, but to me, it might not be as big. But in school, y'all have y'all rules and stuff. So, yes, I'll handle it when he gets home.
Definitely.
Correct.
Bring corporal punishment back.
Thank you. I definitely agree, y'all, because real life, like, I was so upset because I was like, so what are we going to do about this? And they was like, nothing. I was like, we ain't got no ISS, no detention. Like, what we doing? They was like, nah, man, we ain't got none of that.
So what school district? Wait, no
girl, Dallas. They told me, man, we ain't got none of that. Like, we just tell you and we hope that they do good. And then the last alternative, guys, was if he keeps doing this, we'll put him in special ed class. Ain't nothing wrong with this motherfucker because he don't do it with me. Okay? So he don't do it with his daddy. So somewhere along the lines, it's a me, we got to figure it out. But ain't nothing wrong with it. He ain't retarded, promise you, ma'am. Okay, he doing this because you allowing this shit. And if it was me, I've been unchoked his ass by now. I told I give you permission to choke him. Now play. I definitely give you permission, because no offense, she's a black teacher, and let's be real, they're far and in between now.
Yeah, they are.
And for this woman to come to me and say, "Hey, ma'am, I don't want your son because he's a black male to get in trouble, for this to be on his record, for him to think that this behavior is okay because he might get a teacher that's not me, and we'll try to bring charges up on him, for hitting or having situations." I totally agree. And that's why, as a mother, I told him, God damn it, if you got to pull him to the side and tell him a little something in his ear, yeah, you got that right, because it's rules and regulations that kids should follow, and respect that it should go with as well. I do feel like the respect game is gone. Have y'all seen some of these viral videos where,
oh yeah,
like there was no way in hell that I could raise my hand to an older person. Like I still have it hard to even, if an older person say something disrespectful to me, I tend to keep my goddamn mouth shut and say, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead because God gonna whoop my ass if I say something. Okay?
That part, and they don't care about it at all.
Like, I mean, Candis, how you feel about this?
When I was little, I wouldn't do nothing to an old person, but nowadays, some of them be out of line, and
Look, let me tell you something. I did not say that they were not out of line. Let me tell y'all. Wait a minute. They are. They're definitely out of line. And I've had an old person just get in front of my ass in the grocery line as if the rest of our asses wasn't standing there at her and we hadn't been waiting. And she just, it was like the unwritten rule, like nobody wanted to tell this motherfucker that the line was back here.
See, so that's when a person like me come in and be like, the line
been
there.
Y'all mean as hell. See, we all just stood there. Y'all was like 6 people. Nobody had the nerve to tell this old lady to get her ass on. And y'all, why she had coupons? And that's why she had 2 different transactions.
Oh yeah,
y'all, it was fucked up. I was cussing. I was cussing, but I kept my shit because I'm like, you know what?
You're so nice.
Y'all, I just feel like some shit if they old enough to make it, I gotta let them make it on some shit. I said some, not all. Okay, so if you could describe yourself in 2 words, ladies, what 2 words would you pick?
Omnipotent and persevering.
Why?
Because that's how I feel.
Okay.
I can do anything I put my mind to, and I'm gonna make it through.
All right, you the shit. Okay.
Let's see. I would have.
You are my cousin though, so I can't co-sign. No, I'm playing. Go ahead, go.
Let's see. I would have to say I'm ambitious and I'm caring.
Definitely. So, ladies, what is the next step for you guys? Like, what is the next thing that you ultimately want to achieve?
The next thing I want to achieve is I want to open up my own beauty salon.
Cool.
I really would like for it to be like a full service, whatever. So yeah, that's like that's the next step, the ultimate goal.
Okay. So Miss Candy, what is the next step for you and your brand?
Definitely having my own building, but I want to dabble into teaching as well.
Man, I definitely think that is something great to do. I even asked them, y'all remember hall monitors and classroom monitors and bus monitors? They don't even have that anymore. These teachers are outnumbered 30 kids to 1. And that's not cool. And I even asked them, like, what do y'all even think about? You have all these parents. You have some parents that are deciding to be entrepreneurs and stay-at-home moms that are able to balance it between the two. Or you have mothers that are not even working. No offense to anybody or reason why. They can go to that school and sit for a couple hours throughout the day. But they don't even try to bring these different avenues to help these teachers. I think maybe lowering some of the criteria. I'm not saying put anybody in there. It's definitely run credit checks, but lowering something maybe to get a monitor to help. I definitely think that's something to do. One more thing. If you guys could change the world or do an impact or what would it be? Like how do you feel like that you can change the world or your impact? I mean, for Candis, I'm gonna shoot Candis out there. For me, right now, she is offering services. Shout out to my cousin for offering free services to these kids during prom time. I think that's one of her ways that she gives back, and I definitely give to her. Um, Golden, I've seen you got this events that you constantly put on for the kids or even adults. So I definitely feel like that y'all are giving back. Um, to the community. But I mean, what's one thing that you ultimately like? Hey, this is what I want to do for my philanthropy work, for my giving back. Do y'all have something y'all doing now, or like?
I know a lot of females that be like, oh, I want to give back to the kids or whatever, but I really want to do like a girls group, a young women's group, so they can be, if they don't have that guidance at home, they want to learn how to meditate, or they want to learn, even if they want to get closer to God, they want to do that. They want to they need that path and that guidance. Like just you might meet up once a month. You might have some issues, some problems, something going on at school, or you feel like you're being bullied. How to go about it, different things like that. Just to mentor to the young lady.
Definitely, you want to be a mentor. Shout out to that. Hey, on this platform, Beautifully Us will definitely help you and support with that concept, because I mean that's definitely something great. I don't want to just jump into it, but my daughter did try to commit suicide back in August, and sometimes it's hard for mothers to talk to daughters or kids to talk to parents. And I definitely feel like if she did have an outlet or something, or some way to talk, because we always don't know the answers, that would have been something great. So I definitely would love to come together with you for that. Miss Candis, what about you?
I mean, my services are scattered, honestly. I do different specials and different events depending on what's going on. Exactly. My latest was they were doing an auction for battered women or women that are going through addiction, or who are having issues with CPS and things like that. I offered a few of my services for their auction to help go through towards whatever company or organization that they have that they were going towards. So I just do a lot of different things. When I see something that I feel like I could work with it, then I'm there. I'm volunteering. So it's random.
Great. And I love that. Just another question for you. I do have a battered women show that I am doing with one person on the 26th. Do you know anybody else that can collaborate with us to give out some more information about this?
I can get back to you on that.
Okay, great. Because that show is based upon that. So that's great. But the last and final thing, I'm not going to hold you women. We're not going to make it an hour show because you guys were wonderful today. I really appreciate you guys' time. But for all the people that don't know, tell them how they can get in touch with you, your social medias, your brand. Please put it out there so people can reach you guys, because y'all are wonderful stylists, nail techs, all that. And if you follow Beautifully Us, I'm constantly posting anything that these women put out here. Oh, shout out to Miss Candy. Is the competition over with? Please shout that out too, because you are in a nail competition, right?
I am in the nail competition, but I was dropped from the competition. I don't think I'm gonna enter anymore like that, because I don't understand how people are able to purchase votes and you have to put in.
Yeah, it was a little weird.
Like it was crazy.
Yeah, it had us buying votes. It was a little crazy. So I'm sorry that didn't work out. But tell the folks how they can reach you, your social media pages, anything that you would like them to know. Go ahead, Miss Candis.
You can reach me at Candis One Stop. That's Candis, and spell out one and stop. That's on Instagram. That's on Facebook. If you want to book with me, you can book me directly. Message me or text me at 330-0944.
Thank you, ma'am. It's golden. How can people
Okay, so
sites, all that good stuff?
you guys can contact me here on Facebook at Golden Locs, or you can hit me up on Instagram at Golden Locs and the number one. Also, I have More Than Beauty Enterprises. That's also a Facebook page. That's my business page. And my phone number by text only, please. It would be area code 912-412-6374. To book any appointments, information, y'all can DM me as well.
Thank you, ladies. It was definitely a pleasure with you guys stopping through and speak with me. I enjoy it each and every time. Please keep sharing. If y'all want to come back on the platform, never be afraid. Just shoot me out if y'all want to have a talk with me. But thank you
Most
so much,
definitely.
ladies. Y'all have a wonderful night.
All right,
You
you
too.
too.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be the end of the second episode of Beautifully Us. It was definitely a pleasure for me to have Miss Golden here on the show. Miss Golden Locs and Miss Candis Kane, y'all do have all their information that y'all can reach out to them if y'all want any services they provide. But thank you so much for supporting. We'll see you next week, Wednesday. Until then, peace. And always remember, be you fully always. And if they don't like it, F you. Bye-bye.